Hi, I'm Martina. Welcome to Facebook Live. If we've never met before, my name is Martina Severo, founder of Finding Treasure, The Journey Home through Oracle Cards and Astrology. I hope to be a source of support and encouragement for you wherever you are on your life's journey. And if you want to know more about how this retired Catholic school teacher and former nun ended up becoming an oracle card reader and astrologer, be sure to check out my Facebook Live posted on December the 10th, 2017. I assure you it's interesting. Make sure you comment in the feed even after this video has gone live. I love your participation and read and respond to all your posts. If you like this video, hit that heart button or that wow face and give me a share. Thank you. Today our topic is Earth. Grounded, loyal, practical, stable, abundant, secure Earth. Tag someone in the comments if you feel they should watch this broadcast and let me know where you're watching from. And be sure to stick around till the end for a special gift. Earth is one of 4 elements that we talk about in astrology. And in her book, The Missing Element, Inspiring Compassion for the Human Condition, Deborah Silverman, my teacher and mentor, blends psychology and spirituality, examining the elements in depth and offering ways to embrace and make peace with ourselves so that we can become more powerful and effective human beings. I love studying the elements. Water, earth, air, and fire are so much a part of our lives. Right from the moment of conception, when we grew in the watery depths of our mother's womb, to when we took our first breath at birth, to when we started to walk and crawl and talk and sing and go to school. Elements are so much a part of our lives and our personality. To describe them briefly, in one word, the elements are fire, which is energy, and it's red. Water is feelings, and we associate that with the color blue. Air is intellect, and yellow is the color for air. And earth is all about practicality, which is green. So last week, we talked about water, and the week before, fire. So let's take a closer look at air. At earth. Earth is the element that's all about contributing, always providing, always giving, always serving. Earth people are practical. Giving, serving, contributing, they are often so concerned with how much they make, how much they take care of you, how much you need them. They're grounded and stable, and they're very loyal. Think about trees. Think about mountains. Trees that are rooted right into the ground. Mountains, not easy to move them, not easy to change plans. Reliable, taxes, insurance, accounting, making sure that all the details are in the right place, putting labels on things, organizing things, filing things. So that's all earth. Earth people love organization. They feel good when they can check things off their lists. The low road of earth is when they are caught in the perfectionist, when they feel like they're not getting it right, when they judge themselves and they feel inadequate and they don't feel like they're making enough money. They don't feel like they're producing enough. They don't feel like they're good enough. There's a constant barrage of self-judgment. Been there, done that. I still do that from time to time. The low road of earth is the complainer that wishes that you would put the dishes away different. They complain that you don't do things properly. They complain because you don't make the bed, that you don't straighten up, that you don't pick up your clothes, that you don't do this or do that. They make you feel self-conscious. They make themselves feel self-conscious, and everything's a mess. That's the low road of earth. And at their low road, they also keep everything and they hoard everything. They have too much stuff around, and it's all because they're insecure and they're worried. I can be the perfectionist. I like the routine and I like repetition at times, and I really need security. Having money in the bank makes me feel safe. And at times I hate change. The low road of earth, for me, the perfectionist, always having to do the right thing, get the good marks in school. I did that when I was little. I tried to be perfect because I felt that if I was perfect, I'd make my mother happy, you know? So I was the A student. And when I didn't get the A's, when I was getting 85, 90, my mother would say to me, well, ask me what I didn't understand, figure out what I didn't understand, and study and try and do harder so that next time I could get perfect. I never felt good enough. That was the perfectionist. And those messages were messages that I put in and that I repeat to myself at times too, not feeling good enough. And hoarding things. So I can tell you that I taught for 30 plus years. My first years of teaching when I moved here into the town in Thunder Bay where I am right now, I taught grades 7 and 8. And then in 1990, I was moved to an elementary school teaching kindergarten to grade 6. And so when we bought our first house, and it's still our home in 1992, all my grade 8 stuff, 7 and 8 stuff went into boxes, labeled nice and neatly. And when we moved, they went into the crawl spaces. Well, 20 plus years later, they were still in the back of the crawl space, unopened, hadn't been used in years. But I didn't want to get rid of them. I was always afraid that somehow or another, the board would want me to move to another school, that I'd be back to teaching grade 7 and grade 8, and that I would need that stuff. And it didn't matter if it was, 10 years later or 20 years later, and that the curriculum had changed and all that stuff. Having that stuff just made me feel secure, knowing that it was there in case I ever needed it. So I'm happy to tell you that a couple of years ago, after I retired, I started going through stuff, started pitching out the stuff that I didn't need anymore. And it's not totally complete yet, but I will be getting back to it. But that perfectionist, that needing to hoard things, that feeling of security, I'm gradually being able to let go. Not totally, but gradually being able to let go of that stuff. The high road of earth is people love their job. They love to be of service. They have that feeling of that their purpose, that they're fulfilling their purpose in their job and whatever it is that they do. And so that gives them that sense of self-worth, that sense of security. And the high road of earth is they clean and they organize, not because they have to, but because they're creating a sacred place. So wherever that might be, whether it's at work or whether that's at home, in the bedroom, in the living room, in the kitchen, that everything is organized, and just so, because it's a sacred place. It's a place to celebrate. It's a place where to feel at home. And so that's why earth people will do that. Earth at my best, I am thorough, I'm dependable, people can rely on me. I love being of service, and I love sharing my abundance. However, earth at my lowest is when I get scared, I need to be in control, I worry about finances, I have that fear about not having enough, not being enough, not doing enough. And so hence my late nights, hence always feeling like I need to do more, And so I'm just trying to think if there's anything else. So in being that earth person, being the low road of earth, I think I told you about the hoarding and about the messages that I would get from either mother, hence the messages that I give myself. But that high road of earth, I love it when I can go someplace, like I'll go to a restaurant and, I'll be watching people as reading. So there might be a mother with a child or a senior person or someone who is a student who's working and eating at the same time. And I'll just want to, I'll get I'll contact the waitress or the waiter and just ask for their bill and pay for their meal. I love doing that. or going through a drive-through and paying for the person behind me and paying for their bill. It brings me such joy to be able to do that, and especially when I can do it anonymously, and to surprise somebody with that. But as my friends caution me, I gotta watch, because then the low road of my earth kicks in, because then I start worrying about finances and not having enough and all that. So a mixture of both, as I think we all are. If you are, please comment in the feed. I'd love to hear your comments and read them later. The shadow side of Earth. Well, Earth calls us to enjoy things, all of our senses, sight and hearing and taste and smell, and to really enjoy that and to breathe in the lusciousness of things. And yet the shadow side will accuse us of eating too much, not exercising enough, of being fat, of not doing enough. That's the shadow side. The shadow side is the workaholic, having to work all the time because we don't feel like we're good enough. The shadow side says, I'm slow, I'm boring, I weigh too much, people aren't going to want to listen to me. Who am I to do what I'm doing, The shadow side is appearing organized and smart and confident, and yet deep down inside, I'm feeling totally insecure and not in control and not organized, not smart enough, and then I really have to do more. The shadow side, by keeping busy, I tend to hold back my feelings. Keeping busy means I don't have to pay attention to the feeling of insecurity. I don't have to pay attention to the loss that I felt when a friend has passed away, or the loss I may have felt when one of my dogs had passed away, or losing something, or whatever it happens to be. In keeping busy, I don't have to pay attention to my feelings. And crisis, oh, give me a crisis. Crisis just opens me right up, and give me a good crisis. I can be in control, I can help, I can do all the right things. But after, when the crisis is over, that's when I shut down. When we were talking about water last week, that's what I was talking about with feelings, and being able to feel. Water at the low end, I shut down, I become numb. And so that too is connected with Earth. So with Earth, we on our shadow side, we become human doings instead of human beings. We are meant to be, not just to do all the time. And the shadow side is being too scared to share, hoarding things because they help me to feel secure, saving my money and not sharing it because I'm afraid of losing it. And of course, being judgmental of myself and others. So that is the shadow side. At my best, I feel comfortable in my own skin, and I'm able to love myself exactly the way I am at a particular moment in time. Not every day. It doesn't happen every day. I'm not always good at doing that, but it's to try to be that way. Earth at its best, it's stopping and accepting what is. The challenges in life, as well as the wonderful things that happen. Earth at its best is getting fulfillment from the simple pleasures, And for me, Earth at its best and being out in nature, and that can be so rejuvenating, especially in the summertime. I love going down to the lake and listening to the water, love putting my feet in the sand, love putting the feet in the grass and just feeling the coolness of it. That helps to ground me. Earth can ground me. I don't have a lot of Earth in my birth chart in astrology. And so my Earth came from my husband. He helped balance me when we were married and together. He had more Earth in my chart. And he would remind me of the times when, hey, Mart, you're doing too much. You've got to, take a break. You know, have some fun. He always told me I didn't know how to have fun, and he was so right. You know, earth is being able to enjoy all of life and all that it has to give, and to be able to accept it, the good and the bad, you know, and to be able to find our purpose in all of that, and to be able to give, and in all of that, and to be patient with people regardless of where they may be on their life's journey. So I'm going to stop with sharing right now about earth as such, because I'm just aware of my time. Our video is only 20 minutes long, so I want to make sure there's a few other things. I haven't forgotten about the special gifts, so I'd like to be able to get to that in a minute. I'd just like to give you an offer. If you'd like to discover more about the elements in your life, I can help. By completing Deborah Silverman's elemental survey, we can discover your relationship to each of the 4 elements right now at the present time. Then we can look at ways to help you balance those elements. We learn to see ourselves and others with eyes of compassion, understanding, and love. What a wonderful gift for ourselves. It can also be a wonderful gift for someone else. If you're interested, please send me a personal message if you're here on Facebook. You can also send me an email at msevero@shaw.ca, or comment in a post below this video. I will put the further details in the description above this video once after we've gone live. So you'll find the information there. And I'm just going to take a moment to see if anybody's online with me right now. Nope, that's okay. Tell me what your biggest takeaway is from today's Facebook Live. Posting it in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. And if you like this video, please hit that heart button or that wow face and share it with someone. I'd really be grateful for that. So for our gift today, let's take a look at the Suit of Earth in Colette Baron Reid's The Good Tarot card deck. Colette says, the Suit of Earth is associated with material wealth and manifestation in the world of form. It also connects us to the other 3 suits and how our mental, spiritual, creative, and emotional experiences have produced tangible results. Therefore, in this deck, the Earth suit represents an observable truth, namely that everything we think, feel, believe, and create will eventually manifest in the world of form. What we experience in this realm is the result of choices we made in the past, whether we made them consciously or unconsciously. If you do what you did, you get what you got. So how do we steward our creations when they coalesce in the world of form, producing material results? If our finances, relationships, or situations are not what we would have hoped they would be, we must admit that we played a role in co-creating them, and we can use that co-creative power to start bringing about something different if we so choose. So I pulled a card from the Suit of Earth asking, what do we need to know about Earth, about setting our foundations for our highest good? And was gifted with 6 of Earth, which is about unexpected resources, happy surprises, and generosity. The affirmation is, when I have sent forth in love, what I have sent forth in love comes back to me many times over, as the generosity of others becomes apparent and unexpected resources show up. The universe is exhibiting its generosity, reminding me that the world is full of pleasant surprises. Inside the pretty package of tangible aid, a gift from Spirit, just when I was beginning to doubt, I am reminded of the treasures I am entitled to receive that show up at my door. What will I unwrap today? So just when I was beginning to doubt, I'm reminded of the treasures I'm entitled to receive that show up at my door. Such wonderful gifts that Spirit, that God, the Creator has to give us. The sunshine that we have, the warmth of the breeze on our face, the being able to breathe fresh air, all that creation has to give us, all the gifts that our Creator gives us each and every single day. It's to have the eyes to see and the heart to know. May we come to recognize that each day and to celebrate the abundance that we have and to be able to share that with other people. So just before I go, to know when I'm going live on Facebook, be sure to like my Facebook page so that you can find it in your newsfeed, and make sure that you have indicated that you would like to receive all notifications. That's important. You can also subscribe to my site on ManyChat. I'll post a link in the description above this video to my website, and there you'll find out more about what I do and the readings that I offer. If you would like to discover more about the elements in your life and you would like a personal reading, please send me a message or an email for details by using the links at the top of this page. And if there's someone that you think that today's reading would be helpful for, please be sure to share it with them. We never know the difference that we can make in someone's life by a simple act of kindness. Thank you for listening. I'd like to quote Isaiah chapter 6, verse 3. The whole earth is full of his glory. We are an immortal soul gifted with a human experience through which the glory of God can shine. We are all connected and we are divinely directed and divinely protected. How we choose to live this gift of life and use the gifts that we have been blessed with is up to us. May we use our gifts to bless others. Now, I have tried this time to not read my script so much. My script gives me, the words come from the heart and I write them down, and my script gives me that sense of security. It helps to keep my mind focused. It helps to keep me on time so I don't go overboard and go on forever. It helps me to have that sense of security. So I hope this time I've tried not to follow it as much. It's still there, and I'm sure you can tell when I'm speaking just more from speaking and not following the script. So I hope that that I will get better at this, and I hope that you have enjoyed this reading, and I'd appreciate any comments that you have if you can leave them in the feed below. So may Earth be a blessing for all of us. Even if you're here in Thunder Bay or somewhere in the world where it's cold and it's snowy, Earth can still be a blessing for us, because it's more than just the physical nature. Earth is part of who we are, and so have fun and enjoy what Earth has to give. May it be a blessing for us and for others. Thank you. Have a good evening and a good rest of the week. Talk to you soon. Bye.